Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company of Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Semoskiy Winter. Our heroes today are going to be Hauken, playing for the Soviets, and his opponent is going to be HorseloverFat, playing for the Germans. So once again, this is from the Sunday Night Fights Season 5 tournament on the round of 128. So, a little bit of info from our players. Sorry about that. Once again, I have the wrong players up, but we shall fix that very quickly. Don't worry. It is only gonna take me less than a minute. Okay, so here we go. So, both players, we have the ranks. The highest ranking player is actually HorseloverFat. However, it's for his Soviets. HorseloverFat is ranked on the 500s for his 1v1 Soviets, but he's playing Germans this time. And Hauken is ranked on the 800s for Soviets. So much less ranked, but he is playing the Soviets. And the 800 is actually higher than the German rank for HorseloverFat. So interesting choice that he went Germans, but maybe he felt more comfortable with them in this recent patch. Now, as far as the seeding goes, we have HorseloverFat being seeded as 52 and Hauken at 77. So yeah, I mean, HorseloverFat has the highest rank and seeded higher, but yeah, it's interesting that he chose that. So we'll see how that pans out. So anyways, build order-wise, we have ourselves, well, nothing out of the ordinary. Conscripts for Hauken. Oh, sorry, I missed stopped chasing the other guy. But yeah, no tier, no tech for Hauken, and he got himself conscripts. We see conscripts and grenadiers engaging up in the northern fuel point. The grenadiers decide to actually back off against the conscripts and let them capture that point.
Is ours now.
And for HorseloverFat, again, tier 1, like you usually would expect, and getting himself grenadiers. But an interesting move, actually. He's now getting himself a second pioneer squad, which we can only assume is going to build something. But he doesn't have fuel for it, so I'm a little bit confused. I mean, he can't really even get the upgrade, so interesting choice. I don't know what that means, and we'll see what that happens. But yeah, HorseloverFat decided to get himself a second pioneer squad. Conscripts and combat engineers do engage up in the northern fuel. The conscripts are getting mauled. The Grants themselves are down to one man, but they are supported by a second grenadier squad, so it looks like the conscript squad is going to lose that. Molotovs did go down by the conscripts. The conscripts did win that fight, and HorseloverFat actually retreated both his Grens. Not exactly sure why that happened, but that is what happened. Conscripts in the center, pushing away pioneers, and the right-hand side of the map is uncontested, and we have the combat engineers for Hauken just simply capturing territory. Hauken went the usual 3 conscripts into Molotovs, so, you know, nothing out of the ordinary there, and we now have HorseloverFat getting himself a MG42. But again, I am a little bit confused by the second Pio. Maybe he just wants it to be able to cap and focus his grenadiers in fighting, but also he retreated his full strength Grand Squad. I think that might have been a mistake. I'm not entirely sure, but oh well. We'll see how much that affects him. He would have actually won that fight up north and pushed away that conscript squad or killed it if it didn't run away. So anyways, Pio's moving down to the right-hand side. Conscripts intercepting them. Down goes one of the pioneers, and the conscripts are now chasing them. The Pios are running down south, it looks like, so they might go capping these points, trying to run away from the conscripts. The conscripts trying to catch them, but the Pios are too fast, too quick. They make it out, and it looks like the conscripts are going to start pursuing. Right-hand side, combat engineers finishing capturing territory, and interestingly enough, Hauken has not captured the northern point, which means the northern fuel is not currently connected for him, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. Conscript squad with 2 men did go over to the left-hand side and starting to capture territory, while at the same time the pioneers are moving around to capturing points. Conscripts and Grand engaging in the center of the map. The conscripts looks like they're running towards the heavy cover of that cart, while the Grants are in a nice heavy cover of the wall. Conscripts move up top of them, and a Molotov will go down right on top of the Grants, but the Grants move out of the way, and the conscripts might even take some splash damage from those flames. Center of the map, grenadiers jump into the house, conscripts all over or all around the house. Grants jumping again into the house. That is a decent move because they are going to get way more defense than they would have otherwise, and those are 4 windows which they can shoot at. But with the MG42 now in the area, HorseloverFat decides to jump into the house, so it will have a very nice offensive position there. And we we now have a sniper coming out for HorseloverFat. Very interesting choice. So maybe that's why? So, I mean, the only thing that I can think of is that HorseloverFat wanted to have the number of infantry squads, 4, to be able to cap the map and get the sniper out as fast as possible. Maybe that's what makes sense. I mean, obviously Pios are, cost less than Grenz, so he was just trying to save himself that much as far as manpower goes. I don't know. Interestingly enough, though, he kind of did go for the Volks sniper MG, although he went MG sniper first, but, interesting. Anyways, MG42 catching those conscripts out in the open. They do manage to throw a Molotov on that Gren squad. The Gren squad does retreat down to 1 man, but it makes it out alive, and we now have the sniper hitting the field for HorseloverFat. We'll see how effective it comes. The conscripts are in the house. They will be tougher to take out even to the sniper. It is a 50% chance to actually hit. And down south we see Pios and combat engineers engaging towards the fuel. 2-man conscript squad finally retreating on the fields, or Hauken has actually put that conscript squad to use quite effectively. Didn't retreat, didn't reinforce, and only now is actually retreating. But once again, he has not captured the north, which means the entire left-hand side is not in his possession. And he's not sending anything there, so quite interesting. Not sure if it's a, oversight by him or whatever. Anyways, Pios retreating through the ice, getting shot by conscripts, but they do make it out alive. Sniper now on the field, hasn't actually gotten any kills so far, but it is, well, covering the center. It is supported by the MG42, so it'll be fine. Does take some shots into the house, but again, it's very hard to kill units in the house. It's a gamble, so only making himself known. There he goes. Decides to shoot something out in the open and hits one of those conscripts. Down it goes. Conscripts out in the field. Ura gonna try to get right on top of the conscript, the sniper. The sniper doesn't know the MG42 opens up, and the conscript gets the suppression, and the sniper manages to just simply walk away. Pinned down, going down on the conscripts. Sniper turns around, says hello with its gun, and shoots. Down goes one conscript, and the sniper is starting to rack up on those kills. Gren's pushing up to the north. Sniper taking aim and gonna shoot at those conscripts. Down goes one more, so that sniper's gonna start to snowball if he is not dealt with. Hauken, however, did build himself tier 1 and got himself a M3 scout car. Interesting choice. I think that might have been a response because of the sniper. Not entirely sure, however, but one can assume. Sorry, I needed a little bit of a drink. And we now have the flamethrowers engineers getting on that scout car. So nothing out of the ordinary you see with scout cars, but an interesting choice nonetheless. Tier 2 going down for HorseloverFat, so he's going to be getting himself either... Well, actually, I don't know what he's going to get. He might want to get himself a scout car and upgrade it with the autocannon once he sees this M3 on the field. M3 going straight for the sniper, so it was a response, and down goes the sniper instantly. Very nice kill. And it's now going for the MG42. The MG42 does do some damage to the men inside, and the scout car a little bit, but now goes... Ooh. Oh, Faust by these guys over here. Okay, so Faust goes off on the scout car, the flamethrower going off on the grenadiers. The engineers should jump out of the scout car. They do, very nice, right on time. And they will actually clear out that MG42. Could also potentially... No, they're going for the steal. They go for the steal. The engineers are retreating. MG42 packing up and retreating as well. You should be able to make it out, considering that conscripts are in the area. They do throw a Molotov on top of the grenadiers, and the MG42 makes it out home free. So very nice move there by Hauken. Very well worth it on the scout car front, because he got himself a sniper kill, so that's 360 manpower, and stole an MG42. So scout car, well worth it. Conscripts jump into the house to be more annoying. Up north we hear conscripts engaging pioneers. This conscript squad down to 1 man, retreating through the snow, but makes it out. And we now see Hauken selecting his doctrine, and that is the guard rifle combined to arms tactics, and getting guards because of that. So interesting choice. Guards not really needed at this point, but there is tier 2 on the field for HorseloverFat, so a scout car could come into play, or even a half track, obviously. But he got himself a pack gun and a Panzer Grenadier squad. So yeah, the guard rifle's not really needed right now, but I suppose they are insurance, and they have those nades that could do some good damage. So not a problem. Hit the dirt, and PPSH is really the most important part in that doctrine choice right now, because he has, Hauken that is, 5 conscript squads on the field, so those can put those abilities and weapons to very good use. So Panzer Grenadiers moving around capping. Hauken right now in a very passive mode. He has his units in the houses, very low in health and man. I mean, there's only 3 men in this conscript squad and 2 men on the conscript squad in the church. But it looks like he doesn't want to concede the territory as easily. He does have more squads in the area, so I mean he could potentially jump in here to keep the church and retreat the other one, but no, he wants to simply stay there, so that's fine. Guards rifle running into some grenadiers and pyos. We'll see if they decide to move up to throw some nades. Looks like they're content to just simply shoot at a distance. Pioneers going to the center. They are going to run into 3 conscript squads. PPSH is getting equipped on this conscript squad. Only one with PPSHs. They will do a lot of damage to those pyos, however. Pioneer squad on the left-hand side retreating towards those guards, and another PPSH-equipped conscript squad. Grenadiers just backing off. Molotov landing where nobody was. It was queued up. And the Pack-Gun taking some shots at what it can. The house, actually. It's very nice. Guards rifle in the street, taking some shots at anything they can, and PPSHs taking shots at Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers can win this fight, but they are moving up, queued up, to get themselves to some other side of the map. So they're just taking some additional damage as they move, and not dishing it out. Conscripts pushing forward with their PPSHs. They're going straight for the Pack-Gun. They want to decrew it. Molotov going down on the Pack-Gun. The Pack-Gun will move, so it is a little bit of a wasted Molotov, but Hit the Dirt goes down, and they actually execute a Grenadier squad for a HorseloverFat on the retreat. Other Grenadier squad tries to run to the north, getting itself out of danger, but it is very low in health. It does have veterancy 2, getting itself its armor, but it has a guard squad and a conscript squad in the way. Grand squad needs to move to this direction and then retreat through this, I suppose. And it is exactly what it's going to do. There it goes. So nice movement there by HorseloverFat. Panzer Grenadiers moving up to the conscripts. They are going to execute that conscript squad if it doesn't retreat right now. It does retreat, but can it make it out alive? MG42 opening up on the Panzer Grenadiers, and the Panzer Grenadiers fall to 1 man and also retreat. So stolen MG42 now finally coming into play for Hauken. He still has those conscripts in those houses, not being used so much, but tier 3 is already up for Hauken, and he's getting himself a T-34. T-34 does have that pack gun to worry about, but that's really only a deterrent that can potentially just deny it from running into the base and killing everything. Panzer Trek, already equipped for HorseloverFat, so he is anticipating some type of vehicle play, and he would be correct. There is a T-34 coming up very soon. Units for Hauken just capturing the southern part of the map, conscripts and combat engineers. Conscripts will run into the Panzer Grenadiers, and everything is coming onto the right-hand side. Conscripts gonna retreat a little bit, just, pull back, not retreat. So they will be fine, and there they go. I would like to see Hauken reinforce his units. He does pop out those conscripts just to actually capture territory, so very aggressive play. MG42 set up in the well with heavy cover, essentially, but the rest of the units there do not have heavy cover. And now with a combined force of the PPSHs, conscripts, and the flamethrower, he is pushing forward onto the infantry that's coming to the right-hand side. We do have a brand new Panzer Grenadier squad hitting the field for HorseloverFat, which has the full anti-infantry capabilities. Boom goes the flamethrower on those combat engineers, and the conscripts do end up having to retreat down to 2 men. They'll make it out alive, however, so they'll be fine. Do we have medics on the field? No. He has the option to get medics, but he has not researched them. And also no 18-8s because he hasn't needed them, so very nice. T-34 now hitting the field into the center of the map, just moving around, looking to see what's happening, but nothing on the field on the left-hand side for Hauken, for HorseloverFat. He is focusing on the right-hand side and splitting up his units just to capture as much as he can. Pack gun moving in a very weird position. Shoot back, comrades! Maybe interesting. It's kind of an ambush tactic there, but we'll see if he's trying to bait something there. Panzer Grenadiers running into conscripts. The conscripts are veterancy 0, no veterancy, so they should be able to win the fight against these Panzer Grenadiers, but the Panzer Grenadiers are getting battered. Down to 2 men. Ooh, those PPSHs doing a lot of damage. Down to 1 man on the retreat. Can he make it out alive? The T-34 shoots it, and down it goes. Second Panzer Grenadier squad doing some damage to the conscripts. The conscripts hit the dirt in front of them, getting a little bit of cover, but not really that much. Down to 1 man, will die if it doesn't retreat. Those 2 Stormgewehrs do a lot of damage, and can he make it out alive? He does, actually. very lucky to be alive. And the Panzer Shreks are focusing on the conscripts for some reason. He was focusing trying to get the kill on the retreating squad, but T-34 is just taking some shots and hasn't actually gotten a shot itself. Pack gun moving forward, now on the ice, going to take some side shots on that T-34. Very nice, but it won't be able to finish it off. One man left on that Panzer Grenadier squad. Can he make it out alive? It looks like it will. And we have Grenadiers coming up for support. But HorseloverFat has nothing left on the field, really. He has a pack gun, a Panzer Grenadier squad, and a Grand squad. Pyos are building tier 3. He does have some fuel, but really the only thing he could get is a Stug, which it would be fine. Stug and, you know, AT gun combined can, you know, do quick work of a T-34. And Hauken isn't getting himself anything else right now. Guards rifle getting beaten down by those grenadiers, and the pack gun fire do drop their weapon, but they pick it up before retreating, and there they go. T-34 returning fire on those grens and doing a lot of damage. MG-42s, or stolen MG-42, displacing and putting itself in a different position, but the grenadiers are now gone, and Pyos are moving to the right. Victory point-wise, Hauken has pretty much dominated the map, and HorseloverFat is now down to 80 points. So I'm assuming the map, I mean the game is gonna end once again when the point ticks. Not really surprised of that. I mean, it is, I suppose, a little bit just dragging the game out, but it is a tournament, so usually in tournaments you want to stay in there as much as you can, you know, just not give up at the first sign of something going wrong. But I mean, it is kind of obvious at this point that there's nothing that HorseloverFat can do. But, you know, he's going to tough it out. He's going to try as hard as he can to the very bitter end until the game tells him you've lost. So T-34 taking some nice shot. Oh my god, that was a 3-kill shot. Very nice T-34 there. Earning its keep. And the Panzer Grenadier is down to 1 man, forced off of the field. Doesn't make it out alive. Barely makes it out alive. The other Panzer Grenadier squad also took a nasty shot, losing more men and forced off of the field. So HorseloverFat just not getting any breaks. Down to 46 point. He did manage to decap that point up north, slowing the ticking down to 2 points per tick. Conscripts are there to recover the point, and yeah, should be able to get it. Pack gun in the center, trying to capture the strategic point outside of HorseloverFat space, but they push on forward with a Molotov. Now going to get themselves shot by those Grens. Need to actually retreat down to 2 men, down to 1 man, get him out of there. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point, but you know, you don't want to lose squads unnecessarily, right? But that Conscript squad looks like it is going to die. Keeps on getting shot, does retreat, but gets shot on the retreat. A little bit too late. MG-42 sets up to stop the Grens, and it will, but down to 22 points for HorseloverFat. Victory is in their grasp, and it won't be long before the game ends. So, yeah. Hauken actually went for tier 4 because he had so much fuel and got himself an Su-85 just in case anything ever came out onto the field. And HorseloverFat did go for the Stug, but I don't think the Stug is even going to hit the field before the game ends. Down to 4 points, 2 more ticks should do it. Down to 1, and that is game. So yeah, the Stug didn't even make its presence. Oh well. Anyways, good game there for Hauken, and yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.